bit in that, and it's hard for me to. It takes time for me to get over.
Sometimes Thomas gets cranky when cooked. It's cool though.
Right, right.
I
There
can
you
hear
go.
your text to speech there.
Yeah, we have text to speech. Have you checked out my site?
Well, are you still like where do you even stream now? I haven't been. I'm kind of out of the loop. I haven't
Oh
been
my
following.
god. Oh my god. Sammy, tell him.
Oh my god.
Oh
Is
my
it
god.
Yougle TV?
Yeah, yeah.
You realize that kind of sounds like Jugal.
Right, right. What? We don't have gonna. Oi, bay. The Goyim knows. Shut it down.
Yes, indeed. So what are you up to these days? I mean, what do you do? I mean, besides sending
Same
death
thoughts.
threats.
I'm just chilling. Just chilling.
Chilling and sending death threats.
Yeah, chilling out. Sending death threats.
Seems like
Relaxing.
a proper thing to spend your time on. I mean, I'm
Right.
wasting my life playing World of Warcraft, and here
Oh,
I am.
right. Well, that's cool. That's cool. That's cool. So, did you think about streaming that World of Warcraft?
No, that's too cringe. I don't want to be the next Asmongold.
Right.
The
Right.
world has enough in one of those guys. So.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yes. I think you're right. Well, no, I've pretty much just been, working on the site and, you know, building things and being.
Working? You have a
Yeah.
job?
Yeah, I've been self-employed the past 10 years.
Oh, you mean working on your streaming site?
Yeah. I
How's
consider that to be
how
work. Like,
how's it coming along?
it's actually really good. Like, it has text to speech now, and it has.
Should I check it out?
Yes, I think you should. Right now, we're running a Joker theme, but it's obviously every week that's gonna change. So this week it's Joker theme, and I think we're gonna be running a Viking theme next week. I feel like it. I feel like a Viking theme coming in next week. I don't know. That's how I feel. So that's sort of what. Yeah, I think it's gonna be Viking theme next week. Theme coming in next week.
Oh, I
I
see.
don't know. That's how I feel. Yeah.
Any particular reason?
For Viking theme,
Mm-hmm.
somebody came up with a logo. I was
It's
like,
always
that's
the
cool.
Peter theme, but Yougle.tv.
Oh, I see.
It's always the Peter theme. No, I don't think
Any
so.
particular reason?
Now
Okay.
somebody sent a Viking logo, and I thought that was pretty cool. I could implement that into a theme and then make a bigger, like use that as a logo and then make something that would fit with that for next week. So I guess it inspired me a little bit. It was
Get it?
pretty cool.
Because Thomas molested his underage sisters.
That's not okay here.
Well, just the one, but she was 6.
May I see your terms of? Oh, there they are.
Yes, sir.
Kitty is life. Kittystyle is life. Kittystyle is love. Everything Kitty says is law. Pay respect or get dunked on. Well, that seems a little totalitarian for someone who believes in democracy.
Wait, did I say I was for democracy? No, That was just a joke.
Do you like Hitler?
I like it when I'm totalitarian.
Yeah, well, that's basically saying I like Hitler. So, are you even aware that you are actually, authoritarian?
Oh yeah.
I mean, already here on the first rule, the very first rule, I haven't even gotten through the next 16.
The other ones are not. It's only the first rule. Because I wanted to start out like that's okay, that's harsh, and then the other ones are like those are easy.
Okay. Do not attack people on the site. If you have a disagreement with someone, then we will tolerate it for the sake of resolving issues. But relentless attacks will not be tolerated in any way, shape, or form. Well, that's kind of up to interpretation, then, isn't it? I mean, you
Yeah.
say you'll tolerate it, but at the same time, it won't be tolerated. It's in the
Yeah,
very
as
same
in
sentence.
generally, we don't want to have a lot of problems all the time where it's just escalating into just infights. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do. But do you
So,
realize that's what brings you content most of the time?
oh yeah, sure, but that's what I mean. Like if that sort of breaks out, then uh, then I probably will revert back to rule number one and say, hey, you know, what's the problem here? You know, can you
I mean,
solve this?
sure,
Can you
it's
not
your
solve it?
website. You can do whatever you want. I'm not gonna block
Right.
you for it.
So you know,
I'm
I've
just
just
curious.
I'll take my father role on. If somebody, if you know, if as you say, it's not, it's like a little bit black. It's not black and white, that one, right? So the way I look at it is like if something sort of escalates, then I'll cut through and say, hey, what's the how can we solve this?
Okay, but
So
what if both parties are vehemently disagreeing? What do you do?
then we might take them in on for Discord and then say, well, what's, you know, here now we put you two together, figure it out. You got
Okay.
1 hour, and then I come back, and if it's not resolved, then I'll jump into the argument after an hour. I guess like some like you know, take it, you know, what seems logical in the moment. You know what I mean? Like case by case.
Yeah, sure. I mean, judge things individually and all that shit.
Yeah.
Blood
What does
sports.
concern trolling mean? I'm just curious
It's like
because everyone has a different definition of that.
it's like if you fake ass shit, you know. If you're
Oh,
like,
so basically
I
just
really
trolling.
care about you, and then it's like just mean bullshit, and you're like, well, that's really you know what I mean?
This will give a timeout or a ban depending on the severity. I mean, it
What if the
seems to go
14-year-old
from,
boy
a slight punishment to an absolute permaban.
and fisted?
Again, it's not a black and white rule. It's like it depends on situation from situation, but it's there for people to be like, oh, right, okay, so you know, you can't be, you know, deliberately mean to somebody and then pretend to be good to somebody and be like, oh, but I'm just a good guy. I
Wait,
just
hold
want to
on. What do you mean pretend? I mean, some people are legit, angry at one person and then they like someone else. I mean, this has been the spirit of basically Bitwave.tv for
yeah,
ever.
but that's the whole point, is that it's
There's some
not
people
like,
on there who don't like me, for example. I don't go out of my way to,
and yeah, and
ban them.
that's okay. Like I don't think there's anywhere in the rule where it says you have to like everybody. In fact, it says if you don't like somebody, you know,
So you're
talk.
formally against sister fisting, despite practicing it in private. That's very
No.
hypocritical.
Okay,
I
next rule. I'm just gonna question you on all of these because I want your opinion. I want your
Yeah.
explanation for for them, basically.
Yeah,
So
that's cool.
no stalking. If caught, this will result in a permanent ban. Like, what does that mean? I mean, if someone is following a streamer, usually on Twitch or something, would you
Yeah.
classify that as stalking?
No. But if there's a link, if there's a clear link between somebody who watches over here, right, and you see something gets
Actually,
tossed.
Kitty, hold on. Let me plug in my headphones because I have a feeling that my my voice is doubling through the microphone.
It's
Hold
actually
on a
good.
second.
It's fun. Fire. That's very hypocritical.
All right, and we're back. So can you continue to elaborate on that?
Yeah. What was which one did you get to again?
Number 4. No stalking. If caught, this will
Right.
result in a permanent
Okay.
ban.
Yeah. It's like if there's proven a link between like comments on ML poll, for instance, and a person that hangs out here, then that might not, you know, that might not land too well. Like if people if it's
maybe-
like, well, I wrote this on ML poll, fuck you, you know, or it's like that's an immediate ban right there.
Why?
Because that's mean.
What's wrong with ML poll?
There's nothing wrong with it. It's just
So if anyone had read something on there and they reiterate it on your site, that's a ban?
no, not if they it could be, you know, if I feel like that person is the main person that is trying to push that, right? Like you have a feeling whether, you know, is it somebody that is making a reference to it or somebody that's stalking? Most likely it's somebody that has something to do with it, because why else would they go there and check it, right? So it's
I don't know,
it's
maybe something, some cool shit was posted, like, did you hear about
Yeah,
that German guy who, you know, tried to eradicate the Jews in Germany but totally failed at it and kind of made everyone look like clowns?
yeah. So the thing is that there's nothing
What
wrong
if,
with
no, hold on, let me finish. What if someone was to reiterate something that he said on your website? Would that be considered, you know,
not a problem.
a bannable? Okay. Okay. On to the next point then. 5. No bullying. This will result in a permanent ban. Teasing is okay in, you know, quotes.
Wait. So let me just to be 100% clear. It's like this. People can make a reference to something on some of those sites, and that's not a problem. But if they give this feeling that it's like, if they come back all the time and it's like, oh, did you see this new comment? I had nothing to do with it, and then you feel like this person had everything to do with it. You know what I mean? Then that's that sort of feeling that you get that this person is mean.
It's called intuition, sir.
Yes, exactly. So if my intuition tells me that that's the culprit, then that's gonna be a cut right there. That's gonna be like, yep, right?
Okay, I mean, it's your side. So.
Yeah, I know, but it's just that's. I can just tell by myself, you know, that's I would.
I have a question. I can hear myself through your speaker there, sir. The point number 5 and number 4 seem to be pretty much the same thing.
Yeah. So. Yeah. So
maybe you should cut down the TOS a bit there.
I mean, we could, I guess.
And actually, number 6, no viciousness, lying, slander, and defamation. This will result in a permaban. I mean, basically every single rule that you put up there basically says, hey, if you defy me, you're gonna get a ban.
That's correct.
And then okay, that's pretty gay, but okay, number 7, be good. If you can't be good, be as good as you can be. What does that mean? Like, what about me? I'm not. I wouldn't consider myself a very upstanding good person.
And there will be space for you, right? So it's not like hey, you gotta be you gotta bring your A game. It's not like that. It's like,
what if I were talking about the Holocaust and niggers all day? Would you accept that? Just say no.
You could take it as a topic. Let's just say like
because the next point is hate speech is not tolerated, and
right.
You know, hate speech is just a term for something that someone doesn't like. You know, if I'm talking about how, you know, I don't believe the Holocaust ever happened, etc.
And that's an opinion. That's totally fine. That's not against any.
Yeah, okay, but what if I was to slander Jews for all the shit they do in the world? Would that be considered hate speech?
That's also fine. You know, that's how you feel about things. As long as you don't say, you know, as long as you don't call for action. You know what I mean?
Yeah, as long as I don't call for a Brenton Tarrant, basically.
You can have any opinion you want, but you just don't, you know, like.
Okay, that sounds good.
You know what I mean? Don't march in and be like, oh, we should just kill all these people, fuck these people. You can say, Well,
Sir?
fuck these
Sir?
people. They're
Sir?
fucking assholes,
Sir?
right? That's totally.
Jews
Yeah.
are not people; they're vermin. And then number
Yeah,
9.
that's an opinion, and there's space for that as well. Even though you could say, well, maybe that's a little bit racist, but
All right, you gotta realize I'm testing the waters here a little bit.
yeah. And
So-
I'm responding, so you know, so you get the sort of.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get into the logic behind these rules here. So
Mhm.
number 9 says, "Don't be a jerk. Nobody likes a jerk." I mean, I'm definitely a jerk.
hmm
So
It's a guideline. It's like, you know, we understand that not everybody is perfect. It's back to the rules. It's like, be as good as you can. We understand that not everybody is God's best children. So in that sense, it's like, just brings the best you can. You know what I mean? It will be understood that it's not.
what if people are intent on bringing the worst of the worst that they can?
Then definitely they will not. They will be cut off.
I mean, when I say the worst, that could be the best in your mind, because you know we've been through this plenty of times by now, and I'm pretty sure that you do not like Hitler like I do. And you know, if I was to, you know, just play videos of him and his speeches all day,
Yeah.
I mean, would you have a problem with that?
It would be a problem if it was all day. If the intention was to just be like annoying, you know what I mean?
How do
But
you
if
mean?
you're
How do
like-
you mean annoying? Like, how do you know that I'm just being annoying and that I'm not trying to spread a message?
See, that's the thing. Is that it's like people heard you the first time.
Yeah, but how do you distinguish between them, between a troll and someone who is honest and?
I think somebody will say, okay, well, you know, we heard it now. So it's like
Well, then you know, sir, if they are like, you know, I heard it now. Well, then why don't they just fuck off then? If they already heard it, I mean, it's like
because that's the whole thing is that it's a community and there has to be space for everybody. So it's like you're free to say and put those.
But you're being a hypocrite now because you just told me that you can't say these things on repeat every day because you know, oh, we already know, we heard it now.
That's exactly
And then
the word.
in the same breath, you're telling me that that this is a community and everyone should be allowed to speak their mind. So
yeah,
you're saying there is a limit to, you know, free speech on your platform, and then there's not a limit to free speech on your platform.
So let me try and be a little bit clearer. So it's a little bit like, you know, it's like you can say whatever you feel like, and everybody's gonna hear it, and then everybody's gonna register and say, all right.
But you can only say it once. Is that it?
And you can say it twice as well, or like.
What about 5 times?
I suppose, but just always have in mind that at some point it's like, yeah, this is just, I'm just doing this to be annoying. You know what I mean? Like there's a difference between saying something and then, you know, shoving shit down people's throats.
I don't know. I mean, it really depends on who is willing to have shit shoved down their throat, if you know what I mean.
That's the thing. Nobody's willing to it in a community. So it's like if it turns to.
But how do
like,
you know? I mean, communities are widely, you know, different from each other. For example,
yeah.
A German community is vastly different from a Danish community. A Danish town is vastly different from a Swedish town. And same way from Sweden to Norway, from Norway to Finland, from Finland to Russia.
I think you should think in terms of balance.
I don't think so. I mean, why?
Well, try and think in terms of balance, you know, balance things out, you know, instead of saying, well, you could go, well, I can post this all day, or I could post this some of the day, and then I could be serious other parts of the day, and then I could have some funny inputs. Like you could shift things up so you're more an interesting person. And so I guess that's what's encouraged here is that, you know, instead of being somebody who's annoying and just be like, oh, we heard this a million times, right? And everybody's heard it. Then you could be like, well, I could just like, I like these things, so I'll show this. but I don't have to shove it down people's throats. So at other times, half of the day, maybe I could try and say something funny or just chill out or listen to what other people have to say. You catch my drift? Like, find some kind of balance between, there's nothing wrong with saying your opinion, and even saying something that can be obscene, or you could even get away with being a jerk from time to time, as long as you find that magical balance. Whereas, like, these rules are guidelines. If you push any of those, it's going to be a problem. But if you respect it and say, oh yeah, right, there's this rule. So it's like,
can you define respect for me?
It's about self-control. It's about thinking about that everybody needs a space, right? Like, it's like everybody needs to be here. So with that in mind, you're like, well, right, everybody has to be here. There could be, there could be a 15-year-old, and there could be like a 60-year-old, and there could be a whatever, somebody who works with this and somebody who works with that, and they're vastly different. And so if you put that into your mind and be like, wait, so everybody's got to be here, and I got to be here too, and then try and respect that community that it is.
So I have to be careful about what I say, because if some butthurt child gets his feelings or her feelings hurt, then I am to blame. Is that it?
Not.
Why wouldn't you just make the site, plus 18 and above, so that you wouldn't be trapped by that plus?
Because I want it to be a space where everybody can be.
Why?
Because I think it's beautiful to have a space where everybody can be.
Kitty, I don't think that children has anything to do in the Bitwave or your community, for that matter. I think it's a bad idea, and you're only gonna get yourself into trouble. Okay? Listen to my advice.
I don't think I'm gonna get in trouble for. Yeah, I get it, but I don't really care what age people are. Like, I don't. Like,
I do.
I actually prefer if it's adults. So, but.
Well, then why wouldn't you make the rules so that it's plus 18 only, so that you can't be caught by any, butthurt parents or something like that? Because if someone from America, especially America, because the law is very different over there. If, let's just say, a 15-year-old girl from America made a user on your site, right? And they ended up being super harassed on your platform, and the parents wanted to sue you.
That's why those things I will not allow.
Yeah, that's but how are you gonna keep control of that? You're just one person.
No, I have mods. They will also keep control of that. Cool. And I get more mods. But that's
how do you know those mods are to be trusted? Like, for example, if you were to ever make me a mod, do you think I would uphold your rules? Do you think I would go around,
I don't know, but the mods that I have, they're good, so
okay.
They're helpful. People that are helpful and want to, contribute, they usually get the chance, and then we'll see how it goes. And the people that have modded, they're doing a good job. I'm sure they'll be doing even better in the future.
I don't know. I don't know your definition of a good job, to be honest. I mean, when I've seen you modding your chat in, for example, on Streamy or Bitwave or wherever the fuck I've encountered you, I don't think you've been doing a very good job of it. Gonna be honest. And I don't think your mods have been doing a very good job of it. What do you say to that?
I don't know. I don't know.
How do you know if a mod is doing a good job or a bad job?
I don't know. I'll look at it. But regarding
that's a pretty simple question, sir.
Regarding the TOS and 18, I think that what I should put there is that you know, if you're under 18, it's your own responsibility, and you should ask your.
No, that's not how the law works. Everyone
I don't
under
care how the
18
law
is
works.
not
I,
is not responsible
yeah,
for themselves. It's the parents.
yeah, I don't, yeah, and you didn't hear what I had to say. So let me finish. So I think it's gonna be like this. If you're under 18, then you should ask your parents whether you're allowed to be here or not. If not, then you should go away. If your parents,
You really think kids are gonna ask their parents if they can be on a certain
doesn't
website?
matter. It's in the TOS. It says, you know.
Is it?
Well,
Because I don't think it is. I'm
they can
sitting here reading
read. They
it
can
right
read.
now.
So you know, it's like it covers everything legally. I don't care how old people are, but I tell you what. I will cover myself like that and say that, you know, it's completely up to people themselves, because I don't see, I don't want to take responsibility for other people. I want people to take responsibility for themselves.
But you're the
You do
admin.
something, that's your own fucking shit. You know, you somebody else does something, that's their own fucking shit. People should know that this site, you know, will show maybe obscene things, or maybe there will be nudity and things like that. And I tell you, I got to put it in the TOS that if you're under 18, you should consult your parents whether it's okay to be on the site or not. If not, then it's you.
Okay,
you
so
cannot.
hypothetical. What if the parents say no and they do it anyway? What do you do?
Then I like, what can I do?
You can ban them.
Well,
just
sure.
a tip. I mean, that's what any respectable admin would do if someone breaks their TOS, right?
But that, of course, but that depends. That also entails that I have to know that. If I know that, then of course they won't be able. Like, they'll be kicked out. You know.
Yeah, I guess so. Good point. Okay, so let's move on to the next one. Number 10. Facilitate a loving and supporting environment. Be an asset to the community. Successfully doing this will get you a lot of respect and possibly power. Parentheses. So, does that mean I would be able to get power if I, you know, suck your dick enough?
No, not quite. It has to be for the entire community. You know, say.
I mean, what does it mean?
It means if you work with the site, if you work with the people, if you make people feel welcome, if you're there to spend time, if you're there to support, you know, say hi to people, make them feel welcome. It's a bunch of things, you know. It's about.
What if you're hostile? What if you don't like what someone has to say and you call them out on it and they get mad?
Then that's not admin material.
Okay. So here, number 11. No nudity in the form of sextortion. What does that mean?
It means you can't expose people's nudes if they are if they don't give consent.
I mean, let's say who in their right mind would actually give consent to that? So
I don't know. Like, there are porn stars that want to have their name out and things, you know.
Okay, I see.
Right. So
semi-nudes are okay. So if I found semi-nude of someone, even without their consent, would I be able to post that?
No, there has to be consent.
You might want to clarify on that in your rule number 11. All right. So number 12.
But in general, like, I think it's covered as well. Is that if I think there's something about don't dox people and don't put people's private things into it. So that will also entail that you can't put a picture of them.
When you upload your nudes to the internet, they're no longer private.
That doesn't matter. On the site, it's not.
Yes, it does matter. Well, you can't just be, oh, that's private shit, and then be like, oh, but I also want to have it out there. That's hypocritical.
I don't want to have it out there.
Well, too late, sir.
Yeah, but I can still say on my site that, you know, don't share that because I don't want to look at it. I think it's rape. You know, I think that's disgusting. Rape? Yeah, I think so.
Do you know that physical contact is required?
Disgusting. I think it's really disgusting, and it doesn't belong on my site.
Okay. So number 12, no doxing. Do not share personal information about others. Doing so will result in a permanent ban. What does that exactly mean? Like, what is personal information according to you?
It means don't post their address or pictures or anything that's anything remotely.
What if, now
you
hold
know.
on, what if someone were to be like using a webcam?
Wait, say that again.
If someone were using a webcam on their
Yeah.
stream and someone took a screenshot,
Mm-hmm.
would that be considered doxing?
I suppose that could pass. Like if it's like, oh, you know, think of it maybe like this. Think of it like, is the streamer gonna like this, or is the streamer gonna feel very uncomfortable about this?
Well, I mean, it's the streamer's own fault for using a webcam,
No,
isn't it?
it's not. We're not talking about fault. I'm just thinking the terms of, is the streamer gonna like that you share that picture, or is the streamer gonna feel very uncomfortable and say, I don't like that at all.
Okay. So if that is the case, why would they be doing it in the first place? I'm just trying to get your logic here because I don't really see the
The logic is that you can take something and you can make it uncomfortable for people, no matter what. It's like you take a shit on a, like, let me give you another example. Maybe
Well,
this,
if you film yourself taking a shit and you post it online, how can you possibly blame someone for sharing it with other people?
well, you have a point there. You have a point there. So it's not like if somebody goes on a stream and on a cam, and you print screen it, and you're like, hey, that's funny. You made a funny expression and whatever, and then you post it right after. It's like, hey, look at this. It was funny. Then you gotta figure that they're
But
probably not.
what if the streamer don't like it? What if they suddenly regret doing it and it's too late? What then?
Then you should respect that. Then
So
you, as
you
the
get
person
banned
that
if you don't
uploaded it-
respect it?
What?
So they can basically they can basically do something stupid on stream, and then after everyone records it and starts posting it elsewhere, they can just regret it, and then they can have people banned. Is that it?
Essentially, yeah. Like if it gets caught, like if it's like, wait, these people are doing this.
I don't get it. I still don't get it. That's like opposite world for me. Like, how do you get away with filming yourself taking a shit? Let's just make a hypothetical here, okay?
Mhm. Yeah.
If you took a recording of yourself on the toilet taking a shit, and suddenly people started thinking that was very funny, and they started posting it on, say, Kiwi Farms, and then you later, regret doing it as a streamer. I'm not saying you, but as a streamer, whoever it might be.
Well, first off, there's not much we can do about it. But second off, there's a rule earlier in the TOS where it says don't do that. That's considered stalking in a way.
We'll get to
And
that. I mean, we've already been over the
I
stalking
see where you're coming from, right? So building on what you're saying, right? Is I get it. People do something stupid. You want to show it to the world, but it just doesn't. It's like, this is what I want from
yeah,
this.
Of course it is. I mean, that's the point.
Yeah,
that's
so what I want from this site is that people, they should be able to do something without feeling like, oh, I'm gonna get exposed in 5 minutes and have, like, it's like you don't, I really don't want to have people, like, I want people to feel like they can make a fucking mistake without, like, oh, now it's gonna end up on every like, what's up with that? What's up with that?
It's not gonna work then, because someone is sooner or later gonna make a misstep or fuck up somehow, and get laughed at. And when they don't like being laughed at, they can't just go out of their way. I mean, in my opinion anyway, they can't just go out of their way to cry about it and insist that someone or some group of people should be shut down. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I suppose.
You suppose.
But I would rather have people, be embarrassed by themselves, make up for the, like I just don't want people to be exposed and put in a bad spot just because they, do something silly on a camera, right?
Well,
they should be,
maybe they shouldn't be doing silly things on camera then.
That's what streaming is about.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. So people like, I don't.
So
I don't like that.
where's the line between regret and tolerance?
Well, I think that's like a self-containment kind of question, right? It's like find a balance.
I think a lot of people
you gotta
disagree with you on that.
Yeah, I know. It's like people have different opinions on that, but it's like I think it's like you just gotta accept that people aren't perfect. You know what I mean? It's like they'll fuck something up, and then everybody's gonna laugh, and then you move on. It's not public. It's not like, well, we're gonna fucking expose that. That I don't. I am so against that. And if I could toss my way out of that, I would. Right? Because I don't like that. Oh, this guy made a mistake. Now we're gonna eternalize that on a different site somewhere else and talk behind their back. Like, Jesus Christ, no.
Well, then maybe the guy shouldn't make that mistake to begin with. Have you thought about that?
I think making two wrongs doesn't make a right.
Well, two wrongs. I mean, I don't know. That depends on what the second wrong is.
Well, the second wrong is exposing people.
What do you consider exposing? Like it went
talking behind somebody's back and putting shit up and be like, oh, look at this fool, ha ha ha. That's really mean.
So, I mean, you said earlier that was allowed.
No, it actually says in the TOS that's not allowed. Don't be vicious.
Yeah, but then I asked about, point number 9, don't be a jerk, nobody likes a jerk. And you specifically said
you can be a jerk, but that's
you can be a jerk.
Right there. What you're talking about is vicious. Being a jerk and being vicious. Being a jerk is like you come in and it's like, hey.
Well, jerks are usually vicious by nature.
There's a difference between being vicious and a jerk. Jerk is just somebody that comes in and say, hey, what's up, asshole? What's up, faggot? Like, what the fuck? You look fucking ugly today. But vicious is like you go behind people's back, you stab them, and you're like, well, fuck this shit. I'm gonna fucking hate this piece of that doesn't belong here. That really doesn't belong here.
Okay.
And people have maybe they're gonna pull it to somewhere else. What do I know? Like, I don't know. This site is gonna be about creativity and about crafts, not so much like people making. Like getting drunk and doing shit in real life, that's not even.
I still blame them for filming it and putting it out there for people to see and record. I mean, you gotta realize that they have a certain percentage of responsibility, right?
Right, and so that's what I mean is that. Of course, streamers are also responsible for how they act. Everybody's responsible in the same way, both streamers and viewers alike.
Okay. So next point, point number 13: do not depict murders, gore, and other extreme violence. This might result in a timeout, or even a permanent ban. First of all, I want to know what is suffice for a temporary ban on your side? Like, because it seems like everything here is a perma ban if you break any of these rules. There's no such thing as a temporary ban.
No, people have been banned 24 hours, 12 hours, 1 hour, depending on what they've done.
You do know it's not hard to get past
that. Who is this?
James Smith.
Hello, James.
Hey, Zug. Yeah, hold 10 seconds and then you're around that bad. It's not hard.
Yeah, I mean, can't people just make a new account and then be right back to what they were doing before?
Wait, was it 13 that you read?
Number 13, yeah, do not depict murders, gore, and other extreme violence. This might result in a timeout, or a warning, or even a ban.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess the timeout is the temporary ban you're talking about, but usually a timeout is just like, 10-minute punishment from chat or
Timeout
something?
would be an hour or 6 hours, whatever.
Okay.
1 hour is the smallest.
So here's probably the most interesting part of the TOS, number 14.
Mhm.
You forgot a dot after 14, by the way. No underage sex, pedophilia. The gifts with children are not considered CP. If you concern troll, please have rule number 3 in mind. Can you elaborate on this, sir?
Because people were literally concern trolling a week ago, and so I just wanted to cover that because they were posting gifs from the. Here, let me show you. You're on the site, right?
I'm not sure I want to see that, Kitty. What do
No,
you mean
it's
gifts
fine.
with children are not considered?
Here,
I
I'll
mean,
show you.
is it
Show you.
just children playing on a playground or something, or is there any nudity
Yeah,
involved?
and like it could be anything. Like there's these gifs. It's tenor gifs, right? So it's not hard for people to find. Like here, I'll just take a random one, right? Like it's like this. Here,
I
there's
don't want to
yeah.
see it.
No, but look at the gifs, right?
Am I gonna get
there-
arrested for this?
Of course you're not. Like it's like see, okay, so you people who are concern trolling right now, you should get banned.
I don't
right?
know. I
'Cause
mean, I'm
that's
not looking at
exactly
your
what
chat.
number
I'm just
14 covers.
Sir, I'm not looking at your chat. I'm just looking at the
All right,
terms of
try and
service.
look at the chat. These two people that are typing right now, they're gonna get banned.
Hold on. Are you sure that I won't get fucking arrested for this?
Of course, these are part of the chat.
Yeah, but I mean, knowing your history and shit.
Ah, fuck off.
Why are you posting half-naked children? Well, that's not really. I mean, that's just a question.
It's concern trolling, and it's like it's lame.
Well,
It's
what
old.
does he mean, though? Why don't you address the question?
What are you
Thank God
talking
there
about?
was no actual picture there. I thought I was gonna get incriminated there for a second. Sir, you can go ahead and explain. I will be listening in the background. I'll be back in a
Right.
second.
So when they concern themselves with, like, oh, look at these pictures. Oh, that's so sick, and that's an immediate ban, because I don't want to. That's like bullshit. So people post these things and then are like, oh, you're showing child porn on your like what? What are you talking about? This is part of the chat. These are tenor gifts. These are standard gifts, standardized gifts. If you want to complain about like me or the site about that, I honestly, you're just gonna get kicked out.
Well, also, what if? Let's just try to take that guy's comment into consideration. Like, would you accept the half-naked children posting stuff as long as it's not, blatant child porn?
That's the whole point. That's why.
That's what I'm asking. I think it's kind of weird that that this rule is very, very vague. I mean, it says no underage sex, pedophilia, but gifts with children are not considered CP. I mean, according to who? You?
Right. So I showed you the gifts. Right. That's not child porn. Any of that. These are standardized gifts. I don't use those. I give you as an example. This is an example.
You haven't shown me any gifts. Not that I want to see them. I prefer if you
look in the
just
chat.
leave it out.
Are you blind?
I mean, I am looking at the chat and I don't see any.
Scroll up.
Oh shit, dude. Oh my god. Okay. Not very enthused by that. Why would you even?
No, of course not. But they're part of the tenor. They're part of the standardized gifts. I don't know who put those into the standardized gifts, and I don't care either. The thing is, and this is why, like, this is about number 14. So they would be posting these pictures, right? So they'd be posting that, and then it'd be like, why are you showing pedophilia on your site? That's concern trolling to me. That's the biggest bullshit I've seen. Also, the fact that they react like that. That's concern trolling to me. I want to ban them instantly.
And why are they still?
What the fuck? What?
I mean, I would probably ban something like that. I mean, I think that's disgusting, honestly.
What? What's
Yeah,
disgusting?
even if it's not blatant, child porn or pedophilia or whatever, it's still like, it's the community of these sites, the people that frequent here. I mean, you know why they're doing it. They're not doing it just to show you that their child is good at dancing or whatever. No, they're doing it to provoke or. I mean, I don't even know how to respond to this. This is fucking
Exactly.
disturbing.
So they're doing to provoke, and I'm not putting up with it. People give me bullshit like that. I'm gonna ban them instantly. I will not put up with it. It pisses me off because
Right.
what the fuck? It's a fucking
But-
picture.
But you, didn't you post that? I mean, I didn't see the name of whoever posted it. I just scrolled up really quick and then back down.
Okay, so we were talking about a rule. Oh, remember?
Yeah,
We're
but
talking about
that's
number 14, and then I said I'll give you an example. Remember?
yes.
And now you're asking me why I posted that. Do you not remember what we talked about 3 minutes ago?
Yeah, but couldn't you just elaborate on it without actually
No,
posting anything?
it's easier to show you. Could show you how retarded it is. Also, their reaction. They're showing it exactly. I don't put up with that bullshit.
Okay. So let's just skip to the next rule now. Drink responsibly if you're going to drive. Just kidding. Don't do that at all. Drink as much as you want. Just don't drive while you do it. What the hell does that have? How does that have any relation to Yougle
That's
TV?
just for fun. That's just for fun.
Well, if you want people to take your TOS seriously, you can't make jokes like that in the TOS. I mean, who's gonna take it seriously then?
I could remove that. I was writing the toss, so it's like
Okay,
I
alright.
thought people could see the humor in that.
I mean, I guess it is innocent humor. Not gonna dwell too much on that. Point 16, it is allowed to have fun. Okay, that's not really, something to argue about. But number 17, bid waivers will be doxxed and have their IP scraped and turned over to the police. Anyone doing anything sinister to my server will get this treatment.
That's because they're trying to hack into the site and using it in unwanted ways. So I had to type that into it and say, okay, if you're gonna, it doesn't apply. It applies once people use the server in ways I don't find productive. If you were trying to suck out all the bandwidth and fuck with the server or hack into that means
hack into. I don't think anyone has the capability to hack into your website unless you give them the code.
But there was some attempts to do some shit the other day, and so I wrote it in.
Explain. I've been out, like I said, I've been out of the loop, so I have no fucking idea what happened.
All right, well, it was just they were just trying to. They were sitting over there talking about how they could siphon all the bandwidth and just like empty the server for bandwidth, and they wanted to watch the streaming element on their site and restream it, but not be in the chat. You know what I mean? Like they're just trying to exploit every single aspect of the site. And so I was like, all right, if you're gonna do like that, I'll just put number 17, which is, you don't do that. Don't fuck with the site because
I'm sir. I happen to be a bid waiver. Am I gonna get doxxed and IP scraped?
If fucked up things happens on the ports and I see people trying to log into the admin panel and shit like that, I'm gonna dox those IPs instantly.
I remember that.
Does that make sense? People aren't supposed to try and log into my the admin panel and find backdoors and shit like that. No way.
No, but they can't do that unless you specifically give them permission, right?
If I see attempts at doing that,
like how do you even attempt to do that? I don't even know.
I just look at my firewall. I can see what port people are sitting on. There are ports that they should be sitting on, and there are ports that they should not be sitting on. If they sit on the wrong ports, that's a problem.
Are you sure you're not just being paranoid?
Yeah, absolutely certain.
What do you base that on?
Intuition. I know.
Intuition. Well, okay, so you are paranoid then. I mean, how do you know
No,
people
no,
are
no.
actually trying to hack
I
you?
could read the IPs, ZugZug. I could read. They sit on a port they're not supposed to sit on. And so you could see them. You could see somebody on the same IP that sit and scan all the ports. That's a hacking tool. Like everything that happened that day. Trust me, that wasn't supposed to happen. I wrote number 17 instantly because I know it came from over there. And so
Was that when Dispatch put Psych Stream on your website?
I don't know. Maybe.
Was it a different day?
I don't know. Perhaps it was. I think it was one of the days where Kowalski was restreaming and whatnot. Getting forescan is normal. Yeah, but I'm just saying that if I see that people are sinister about it, they're trying to scan my ports in order to log into the server in order to fuck my site, then I will do anything to defend it, even if I have to do something extreme. That makes sense, right?
When you say extreme, would that be a simple ban?
No, that's what I'm saying. Doxed. We're talking about IPs released and shit like that.
Why is the chat telling me to run?
Like, use the site the way it's intended. Join the chat. Look at the stream. Don't restream shit. Don't try to log into the admin panel. Don't try to scan all the ports for backdoors. And I mean, I know when shit like that happens.
Dude, this guy is actually putting up a good question. What happens,
when you break your own terms of service?
Yeah,
exactly. Rule number 1.
Well, rule number 1, Kittystyle is love, Kittystyle is king. So you are basically immune to all the terms of service that you set yourself.
Yeah, because I'm capable of balancing things out. So in a way, you could just say,
according to yourself,
be
sure.
like Kitty.
It sounds like a site doomed to fail.
Be
Yeah,
like
it doesn't
Kitty.
sound very stable, sir.
All right.
There is no longevity in it.
I mean,
I think-
if you're gonna ban other people for breaking these terms of service, but you're allowed to do it, doesn't that make you a hypocrite?
No, I'm not gonna break the terms of service. That's the whole point. Is that I'm not gonna bully anybody. I'm not gonna stalk nobody. I'm not gonna concern troll anybody. I'm not gonna attack anybody on site. I won't be vicious. I won't be lying, and I won't be slandering people. I won't be defaming anybody on the site, and I'll be good as I can be. Hate speech, like I won't be doing that, but I can criticize things, and I will be doing that. I can be a jerk from time to time, but then that what it says is, don't be a jerk. Like, don't be generally a jerk. So you can be it from time to time. Just, everybody can have a bad day.
You said earlier that was okay.
Exactly. I said it's okay, but even though it says number 9, don't be a jerk. So I guess what it says is like, don't be a jerk all the time, is what it insinuates, right? It's like, don't be consistently a piece of shit.
What if that's what someone enjoys? What if that's what gives them a little kick in their monotonous daily life?
Then they have to find a balance. They have to also be good.
Well, everyone has something good in them.
Right. So number 9 goes hand in hand with number 10. Facilitate a loving and supporting environment. Be an asset to the community. If you're that, then you can always balance it out with being a jerk from time to time. Does that make sense? Like, you get some good points for being good, and then people are going to be like, that's cool. And then it's, then you're a jerk
but
the next moment.
Wouldn't that by definition be what you call concern trolling? Like, if they're just doing it to act good, to seem good, and then behind the curtains they're actually just an asshole?
Oh yeah, I guess if there's no sincerity, if it's all just to hate, and you almost can't hold it back, then there's probably going to be a problem, and admin is going to say something about it. And say,
May I ask who is admin on your site? How many do you have?
I have a couple, but what I was thinking about was that it was going to be me. I'm gonna.
Yeah, well,
I'm
obviously
gonna say,
you.
hey,
I mean, that's not a question. I mean, who else?
I don't know. I mean, there's other admins. I think you can. Maybe I don't think you can. Maybe you can't see it. Lefties
I
and
don't think I
socialists.
can, no.
I don't know.
You don't
I think
know?
that's up for debate. This statement, leftists and socialists have no good in them. I beg to differ. I think they have some good in them. Some of them.
Well, that depends on what you consider good.
Rules for thee, but not for me. No. I was very clear about. I'm gonna follow all the rules. Like I'm like, even though I'm raised above the rules, I put these rules because this is how I want to be.
But you
I
realize
wanna-
that makes no sense. I mean, that makes you a total hypocrite. If you
Okay,
you're
you tell
allowed-
me which rules did I break then?
I'm not saying you've broken any rules right now. I'm just saying if you're allowed to break the rules on your own behest,
Well,
who are
okay,
you
let's
to
put
ban
it like
someone else for
this.
doing the same? I mean, that's just utter hypocrisy.
Let's put it like this. So, if you're a king in Denmark, right?
Yes.
You wouldn't drive around drunk driving everywhere and fucking up every single rule of the land, right?
I don't know, man.
But would you have to abide by the rules?
Actually.
No, you wouldn't have to. You wouldn't have to abide by the rules, but you wouldn't go out and break them either, right? You're a king. You can't.
They do that all the time.
Yeah, but as a king, you still, if you're a good king, you care about your kingdom, right? You wouldn't go out and make a fool of yourself in your kingdom.
Do you remember when that one bridge was closed? I think it was Storbelt. It was closed to travelers because of a stormy weather. But then,
that was
But then the Prince of Denmark, Mr. Frederik, came around and he had somewhere to be, so they allowed him to
crossing this bridge.
This
is our bridge.
Not only was he allowed to cross the bridge, everyone else was told to stay back and let him get to the front of the line. I mean, that's what I call hypocrisy on the behalf of the state and the royalty.
I get that. And you know what? I'm gonna try my very best to be a good king of this.
I think you need to ease on the ego if you want my honest opinion.
I think there are monarchs out there that really care about their kingdoms and really want to rule.
Certainly not any Danish ones.
Really, no, not in Denmark. But you're right. I agree with you. But but I still think that there are people that really care about what they do and they put integrity into it. And I want to be one of those. I don't want to be a hypocrite.
Why is there a badge next to Yougle TV that says not secure?
That's because we haven't fixed the HTTPS yet.
What is that?
It's like a security protocol. So it's like.
So if someone were to make an account here, someone else could find it. Is that?
No, it's safe. What it means is that when you send data out, and you make
not secure is the definition of not safe.
Yeah, but so when you send an inquiry out to the server, there's nothing that says a third party can't tap into it because it's not secure. It's open. Like the data that gets sent from the web server and out to you or whatever, there's no security check in between to encrypt that. So it just means that people could potentially take that data. But think about this, right? All of this data is already you can just freely copy the chat. You can copy the stream, right? So, it doesn't make a bit of difference. But it's a security check. If you go check out what is HTTPS, it means HTTPS safe. Right, and it's something that they implemented for a couple of years ago. So it's a protocol. It just means that there's an extra check that says this data, when it comes back to the server, it has not been corrupted. It just checks that the data remains encrypted and it comes out in one piece without somebody being able to tap into it. Now, the chances of somebody tapping the data, and even if they did, it's not, you're not talking about passwords or anything like that.
Okay, so anyone who makes an account on your website is definitely not gonna have their IP scraped then.
No, they're not. The only day that I went into looking into IPs was when people literally tried to break into the server. Like, I knew it was happening, right? I knew they were trying to find backdoors. I was like, no, no. So I looked up the IPs and I immediately released them. So it's possible for me to do, but I haven't done that since. People use it properly. Ask anybody who's
I
here
can tell
now
you-
if they have had their IPs, released or anything. I don't collect IPs. I don't do anything. It's circumstantial. So when I see there's inconsistencies on my server, and I see that things are like, this is not supposed to be this way, and that's not supposed to be that way.
You accuse Bitwave of IP scraping, right? As well as many others, like Cognificent and other people, they have accused Dispatch of IP scraping and basically getting information and stuff like that. Well, I'm on Bitwave right now, and I don't see the same warning that I see on your site. It doesn't say not secure on bitwave.tv.
That's because he fixed the HTTPS. It's in the works. Like last time I did it, it's been there before. But I'm just scared that when I put it on, that it's gonna fuck something up on the server, because it's a little bit like you have to fix something with a name server, and you gotta have something called SSH, and then you have something called, like, I don't know, it's called something else, but it takes a little bit to set up. It's not impossible, and it's gonna be made. But we have
wouldn't that be one of your first concerns as the owner of the website?
I'm not too concerned. I mean, think about it. What data is it that you're scared about? That's not.
Well,
To be
like
honest,
my
what
phone
he's
number,
doing
my
now, he
password,
doesn't
my
need-
fucking IP.
Right. I'm serious about it. It really doesn't make a damn difference, because think about this. Think about it this way, ZugZug. The data that's in the chat is already public. Like, you can see it. There's nothing that needs to be encrypted.
What does that mean? I'm not a a geek.
It means that the data that you put out there, if somebody taps into that, then they will be getting, like, think about this. If you hack the entire site and take everything, what will you be getting? You'll be getting chats and a stream, right? Which is already publicly available. So what is it that you're scared that
I'm not
people
scared.
can tap
I'm
into
just
that when
asking
you
questions.
no, but think about it. This is just really think about what it is you're saying here. So basically what you're saying is that you're scared that what you type in the chat, that somebody can take that data. Well, they can already if they just copy paste it. It's like
No, that's not my concern. My concern is that, say I make an account on here, right? I give you a password.
Yeah.
There's probably some other kind of authentication
Yeah, that's
method.
safe. That is safe.
So no one would be able to, scrap that.
No one can see your email. No one can see your passwords. It cannot be tapped.
Except for you.
I cannot tap it. I cannot even do it.
Well, how do I know?
I cannot. Yeah, there's no. He's saying it in chat. There's no accounts on here. I don't have any information. I don't have your email. I don't have your name. I don't have your password. I don't have anything like that. That's a third party, but they have secure. They have HTTPS, so that is safe, right? So on the third party where you do make an account, it's safe. There they have encryption.
Okay.
So what he's saying in the chat is true. I don't even hold any.
I mean,
emails.
I don't know who Panda Sponge is. I've never seen him before.
It's somebody. I mean, I'm not gonna say anything, but I think he's neutral. All you give is username and password. That's correct.
Are we gonna see some updates to your terms of service
Site?
then? I mean, after we've been going over them tonight, I think you definitely need to do some
I might,
editing.
you know, I thought about one thing. That one thing where it was like, if you're below 18, if you're under the age of 18, make sure that you have the consent of your parents to be here, and if not, then you cannot be here.
So you would ban any child without permission from their parents.
Yes.
And again, we go back to how do you know that they have the parents' permission? I mean, they can tell you, yeah, sure.
I have no idea. Like, how do you know that when you click "I'm over 18" that somebody's over 18? Like, that's a stupid question.
No, it's actually a very good question. If I do say
No,
so
because
myself.
it's not my responsibility. I can't do anything about it. Just like I can't do anything about, you know, when people break the rules and they do something
Then
behind my back or whatever.
Why wouldn't you just play it safe then and not allow people under the age of 18?
It doesn't make a bit of difference.
It does though, because you can be held liable as the server.
No,
admin.
I can't. No, I can't be held liable if I type that into the chat. It's very clear. If you're under the age of 18, you need to have consent from your parents to be here. If you don't have consent from your parents, you are not here. You are not to be here.
Yeah, but that returns us to the previous question. Like, how do you know that they are allowed?
Not my responsibility. Not my responsibility. Not my problem.
And then we return to the second point. Well, it is kind of your responsibility because you're the admin.
I don't care.
I mean, it's just a circular argument. You see what I mean?
Yeah, but it's not my problem, dude.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Well, are you gonna blame the children for, you know?
No, of course not. But it's like what can I do? What can I do?
You can disallow them.
That's what I'm gonna do.
So, I mean, again, well, hold on then. How do you? Okay, so there's children allowed to be on here as long as they have the consent of their parents, right? But
yeah,
again,
sure.
you don't know if they have the consent of their parents, and if you do find out that they don't,
then they will get banned.
Okay.
Without a doubt, without hesitation. If a parent comes and says, "Oh, I didn't give consent to it," well, okay, well, make sure your kid never comes near this site again, and we'll terminate the account. You're welcome.
Okay. So
that's a no-brainer. But
do you realize that at that point it might be too late, depending on what the child experienced?
Still, I can't do anything about it. Like, I literally cannot do anything about it. I've never said, like, I don't want to have kids here. Like, I don't give a fuck about it. As I said, I don't care what age people are. I would like it to be a broadside where everybody could be, no matter what age they are, as long as they're, as long as they're mature enough to be able to see the content that's there.
When you try to satisfy everyone, you will satisfy no one. Have you ever heard of that phrase?
I don't try to satisfy everyone. I just say that.
But you just said everyone should be here. Everyone should have the right to be here. And I do appreciate that you are trying to be all for freedom and stuff.
But it's their own responsibility. That's what I'm saying, is that I'm not going to be held responsible for anything. If somebody's, doing something. That's right. But if I type that, you should be 18 to be here, unless your parents says it's fine, like, who knows? What about a 17-year-old and they're like, well, okay. I can watch, mom and dad, I can fucking watch this, and then they're like, yeah, sure, whatever. We don't care. I don't care
very
either.
Specifically in your terms of service, then, because at the moment it's not very explicitly defined.
It's not there at all. So that's I'm gonna put it in.
Good.
As I said, that was the one thing that I want to add to it and say that, if you, as I said, I'll put it like this: if you're under 18, you need to have consent from your parents. If you can't get consent from your parents, you cannot be here.
That sounds good to me, but again, it's just kind of a,
unfortunately, I can't enforce it.
Yeah, exactly. You can't enforce it, so.
But I can't do something in the same way, dude. I can't enforce that people don't break the other things. Like, people do nasty things to me, even though they're not supposed to. And I say, no, that's a crime. And people still do a crime against me, and they laugh at me, and then it's like, whatever.
I don't know if it's a crime to laugh at people.
No, but there have been crimes.
I mean, you remember when I first got into this chat and I asked you about, you know, the threats you sent to dispatch? I mean, isn't that a crime too, by your own definition?
I don't know.
You don't know? Oh, that's some angry typing. Dude, relax. You're gonna kill your keyboard.
No.
Holy shit, dude. He is mad. So are you not going to respond, sir? Kitty?
What?
Are you not gonna respond?
To what?
You know what? I don't even remember. I was preoccupied with your angry typing.
No, I'm just, people are putting, it's like they think you can just solve everything by saying something.
Well, you know, that's what speech is for. That's what Homo sapiens made.
Oh, yeah,
the
yeah,
world
but
there.
I'm just like it's like I have to be responsible for other people's shit. I don't see how I even could be responsible for when other people, they don't. Like,
Okay,
it's
okay.
like-
Let me put it into a different scenario for you, so that you may
no, I
understand.
get what you're saying.
No,
It's
I don't
just
think
like,
you do.
It's like people are telling me make it plus 18. Like, what? It is plus 18. Like, it's like, what are you talking about? It doesn't
It's
say,
not-
hey.
We
all
just
the
talked
kids
about
come
that.
here.
I mean,
it doesn't say that anywhere.
according
doesn't
to
say-
the TOS, it's not
This is a
plus
site
18.
that. No,
But let me put
okay.
it into a different aspect for you, okay? Say you're going to scouts, right?
Uh-huh.
The scout leader is responsible for the children. If one of the children end up being kidnapped and eaten by a bear, that is the scout leader's responsibility, because he is in authority. Because children do not have, you know, any authority. You gotta, as a parent, you gotta give the scout leader your consent to allow him to have responsibility over your children. And if the children die in the scout leader's care, that is the scout leader's fault. No matter what happens, basically. It just comes with the job. It's not something he may like, but he took the job, so he has to, you know, be on his toes to make sure none of the children gets eaten by bears. Does that make sense?
Yeah, of course.
So why is it any different with for a server admin?
There's nobody that's gonna hurt anybody on my site. That's the whole part. Is that I don't.
Oh, you don't know that.
That's what I'm gonna enforce. That.
But you understand what I mean, right?
I understand what
That's
you mean.
what I meant when I said you could be held liable if someone's parents find out their children have been on here without their consent. But I guess I'm actually speaking against my own point here, because, you know, they have to give their consent first. But what do you think would happen if their child was on here without their consent and they suddenly found out and they actually, you know, went to the courts of law to have you either, you know, have your website shut down, or I don't know what they would insist on. I mean, I'm not a parent.
Then I would be angry at those parents.
Yeah, well, that's not a good enough answer.
Well, I'm not responsible for other people's kids. Dude, if you have a kid, you put them on
But
the
if-
internet.
yeah, but
it's your fucking problem as a parent. It shouldn't be the whole fucking internet's problems. Like, I'm not their fucking parent.
No, but if you allow them to be on here.
No, I'm not. Like I just told you, legally, I don't give a fuck about those fucking people.
But if they're on here and they're under 18 and they're still in their parents' care and their parents basically have to, you know, consent for everything they do.
Yeah.
I mean, don't you see it's a slippery slope to like big trouble?
What?
What do you mean what? We've been discussing this for half an hour now. It would be big trouble for you because, you know, if their children go out of their way to lie to their parents about being on the side.
I just told you I'm gonna add it. Like, we are fucking add it right now. Jesus fucking Christ.
Oh, holy shit, okay.
You're fucking annoying. Everybody's annoying. It's like, what? Why you on my fucking dick? I don't give a fuck about fucking children.
Well,
I don't give a fuck about it. Why don't everybody think it's all about fucking kids? I don't give a fuck about fucking kids.
Kitty, calm down. Fuck
No! Everybody's annoying.
Well, yeah, that's because you let them get to you. You need to learn, and I don't want you to take this wrong. You need to learn to chill a bit.
Learn what?
Learn to deal with
Learn
trolls.
what? What
Learn to deal with criticism.
That people can't take responsibility for their own fucking actions? How is that my fucking problem?
Because they're underage.
That's what's pissing me off.
Because they're underage and you allow it.
Yeah, and so I don't like that's their parents' fucking problem. Their parents should fucking keep an eye on them. I'm not their fucking parent. That's the thing. It's not the internet's fucking problem what the fucking kids do on the fucking internet. In fact, it should be fucking parents' responsibility. If the parents can't fucking keep an eye on the kids, they should fucking be better fucking parents.
Yeah, you're
How about that?
partly right. But
how about it's not my problem?
You remember my anecdote about the scout leader.
Keep an eye on your fucking kids if you have a fucking kid.
But you remember my anecdote about the scout leader, right?
I'll take my part of the responsibility. Right, that's fine. But you know what? I won't.
That's
take
actually just that's exactly what I
wanted to hear. It's my fault that kids are fucking running around on the internet. No.
Well, no, it's not.
But I'll make it clear, right? I don't give a fuck about if kids are here or not. For all I care about, I prefer if it was adults. I don't want to have some fucking annoying fucking kids or teenagers running around and they can't even fucking spell or what. Like, I don't give a fuck. This is what you have to understand is that I don't care if it's somebody who's 90 who's here or 60 or 50 or 40 or 30 or 20 or 10 or 5. Because I believe that every single person is responsible for their own fucking actions. And that's what's pissing me off is that it's like, why is it my fucking problem that some fucking kid find their way over here? I don't fucking ask kids to come and join this place.
Well,
Why have I done that?
Well, your site's name is
so
very
it's like,
close
what
to
the
YouTube
fuck?
and Google.
But I'll type it into the chat. I'll type it into the TOS right now. I'll type no fucking kids. Ugh.
I mean, I think that's you're.
Yeah, I told you 10 times. You're still asking questions. You
might be angry at me now. You might be angry at me now, but I think you're gonna find that this is the right decision to make. You're gonna have way less problems.
I told you 20 minutes ago I was gonna add it. Right?
Yeah. Okay.
Right. So why are we still talking about kids?
I don't know, man. You
seem
pretty upset about it.
Weird. I think it's weird that we always have to talk about kids in my life.
Yeah, it is.
Right? Yeah, that's fucking weird. Can we, why are we talking about kids?
Well, let's be honest here. I was talking about many things other than kids. I mean, we went over
right,
all
and I don't want to talk about kids because, why the fuck are we talking about it? Why are we talking about kids all the time? Why?
I don't know, man.
I don't know either.
It just seems to be a thing with you whenever we talk about something. That's eventually the goal.
Kids, child porn, kids and child porn. It's like, fuck off.
Well, I guess it was because the rules were unclear, and I was just curious.
I'll make it clear. I'll make it very clear.
I can hear that.
There.
So one more question, Kitty.
Read the TOS. Update the TOS. Update the page. Update the page.
Okay.
Update the page.
Okay. Would you consider what I've done here concern trolling?
No, I just, it's just annoying. It's annoying that everybody is like, as if this, it's annoying that this is my problem. You know, it's like,
Well, you're the site admin.
no, but just do you understand that it's not that you're concerned. What's pissing me off is it's society as a whole. It's like I have to be like, I'm not their father. I'm not your fucking father. What happened to people use their own fucking brain and think for themselves? I should just put one rule.
I know what you mean, sir.
You fucking idiot.
I am tired of society too. What do you think? Do you think I'm more welcome in society than you are? No, society
no, but
hates
I'm just like that's what's pissing me off is that there should just be one. There shouldn't be a million rules here. There should be one rule, and it says think for yourself. Think before you speak. Just think. Fucking use your brain. Like, I don't know. That should be one rule. Just one rule. Think for yourself.
I am happy.
Fucking brain.
I am happy that you did add this rule number 18, though. If you are below 18, you need consent from your parents to be here. Otherwise, you are not welcome here. There. You set it in stone. Now no one can get after you for that.
Yeah.
Thank you, ZugZug, for helping me avoid
I hadn't thought about it before, you know, but you're right. You know, of course you need to cover yourself like that. And this is how I feel. It's like, I don't mind what, you know, like, because I know that there's some, picture this, right? You know, there's some people, and they are, they're younger than 18, and they're allowed for their parents to be there. They have a different mindset. I know when I was 15, when I was 16, and when I was 17, whatever, I did
what the
mindset.
fuck I wanted at that age. I mean,
I
didn't never ask my fucking parents.
Well, let's put it like this. If I had watched this site, right, as a 16, 17, 18, 17, whatever year old, it wouldn't have damaged me. You know, it wouldn't have made a damn difference.
It would without this next clause that you just added to your TOS.
No, but, you know, all I'm saying is it would have made a damn difference. So what I'm saying is that I don't want to exclude anyone just because of that. If it's okay for their parents, fine, because then you have the opportunity to be a teacher for somebody. Maybe they you know, think about if they could be on another place on the internet or whatever. You know, I think it's, in a way, it's you'd rather want to have somebody here, for instance, that somebody else. And I'm not saying that this is the best place for kids, because it's probably not. But just that there's like really bad places on the internet.
And that's why you need the clause in your TOS, because if you don't have it there, you know, someone might just get butthurt, and you know.
Yeah. So it's good that there's that clause. But the reason why I'm not typing, just so you understand, the reason why I'm not typing no under 18-year-olds, the reason why I'm not typing that instead of typing, well, you can be under 18, but, you know, it's your own, like, you need your
parents' consent.
Exactly. So, you know, it's totally up to that. And so,
I mean, then, sir, do you understand how that makes you? That drops the responsibility from you, because you put that in there. So, you know, it's up to everyone who reads the TOS to understand. And if they don't understand and they defy the TOS, despite how ridiculous it might be, it's not your problem anymore. You see?
Right.
So you understand now?
Yep. Yeah, I do. So, but I want to get my point out is that, you know, if there's somebody who's under 18 and they need guidance, right, then this wouldn't be a bad place where they could get guidance. If they say,
I don't know. You probably got some trolls from Bitwave here. I mean, including myself. I'm not the most honest, nor.
If I figured out that somebody was 16, right, and I saw some Bitwavers or somebody come and approach those people, I would instantly go, like, I would be a father for those kids. Do you understand what I mean? Like, I would say to whoever Bitwaver, whoever's trying to approach these people or trying to, you know, like, I would say, hey, that's a kid. You don't.
Yeah, and
fucking
now you have the tool to say, hey, you should have watched your kid better.
Yeah, but
You
I'm
get
not.
what I mean?
I'm not even thinking about the parents now. I'm like, because the parents wouldn't be around, right? So I would just. I
Well,
would
that's
watch.
their fault. That's entirely on them now.
Oh yeah, but
After you
what I'm
added this
saying.
new rule to your TOS, that's entirely on their parents now.
Oh yeah.
The thing
I'm just
is,
saying,
it wasn't before,
actually,
and
I
that
don't
was
expect
my
kids to be
issue
here, right?
there.
I don't actually expect any kids to be here, but let's say there was, then they would be protected in a different way than the adults. Like the adults that do anything towards those kids will be told to back off. Would be told to like you don't do any shit here, because that's certainly not what the site is about. And it will never be like I would be really mad at
Yeah,
people.
I understand what you mean. You're saying that sexual predators,
Yes.
would they would get basically banned for
Yep.
trying to
Yep.
encroach on children.
Absolutely.
Okay.
I would like they would get out. Like they would get kicked. The
That's
kids
good to
would
hear.
be
That's good to hear, Kitty.
protected.
You're a
Exactly.
growing boy.
I am. Like I care about people. This what you have to understand. Like I actually care. I care about everyone. It doesn't matter what age. It's just the people that are most innocent, they get more protection. The people that are less innocent, they can take care of themselves. Right? That's how I look at it, right? So
Okay. Kitty, it's late in the night. I have to go to bed, basically. Okay? I appreciate that you invited me in and even spent like over an hour talking to me. Okay?
oh, you're welcome. I hope you joined the site, by the way.
I am on the site right now.
Oh, cool.
I just
You
haven't
should
made an
get-
account yet because I want that not secure mark to disappear.
All right. So if you try and go on the third-party site, which is Minute, that's the chat that it's run through, right? If you go on there, you'll see that it's actually safe. So where you have to log in and type your email, that's actually absolutely safe.
We
Yeah,
shall
dude,
see.
This was a
About
good
that.
conversation to have because it also makes people clear about the TOS and stuff. Yeah, make an account. Look at everybody else. Everybody else that made an account, I'm pretty sure they feel safe. Do you guys?
Sure, there's like 4 people here. I mean, come on.
Well, they made an account. Do you guys feel like your account, anything has been exposed or anything? I promise you, I cannot see the email that people register with, and I cannot see the password.
Yeah, but you understand that all I have to go on that is your word for it. I mean,
Right.
I don't even, to a degree, I don't even trust Dispatch. I mean, he's got my phone number, he's probably got my email
You
and my
shouldn't
password
trust this guy.
to his side.
Wow.
And to a degree, I don't even trust him fully. He hasn't
Oh,
done anything to me yet, even though I, kind of expected that in the early days. I mean, I'm definitely not, Cognificent who thinks he's just gonna, share it to the entire, interweb.
Yeah, somebody he mentions here that I don't have a database. I don't actually hold any data, so there's no way I can take anything
Okay,
from
that's
it.
fine. That's all fine. But can we talk about this another day? I kind of
yeah.
have to go now.
For sure.
All right. Thanks for the talk, dude. And remember
you
to
too,
keep
and
that clause in
welcome
your
to the
TOS, because otherwise you'll get in trouble.
Of course, if there's more we figure out that needs to be covered, we'll add it. We will add it.
Good on you, dude. Good on you.
Yeah.
So, see you later, dude.
Yeah, see you later. Sleep tight.
Thank you. Jesus Christ, man. 1.5 hours. I don't even know what to say. That's amazing. He didn't kick me at all. Well, it ends here.